All right, Kenman here, and today's unboxing is interesting. This is a knife I was aware of. I'd seen some of them before. I have one that's similar, but I was watching Tri-States live the other day, and he was kind of talking about them. I'm like, I could add one of those to my collection, so let's do it. Here we are. Not a sponsored video. Purchase this at retail price. I do these because I love discussing knives and sharing info and ideas with others. If you have any questions or thoughts, please feel free to comment down below. What is it they were discussing? What is it I bought? Here it is. Ba-boom. Bag on the floor. The International Svord Peasant Knife. Made in New Zealand. It's going to give me most of the information I need right on the package here. The Amazon site I got it from did not have, you know what I mean, some of those, they don't really say as all the information that you could get out of it. So here we are. Let's soak it in. Look at that imagery on there. Pretty cool. Poly black. Svord Peasant Knife. Let's get into it. Who has one of these? All right. Package on the floor. So here it is. Check it out in all its glory. The Svord Peasant Knife. Boom. There she be. Ooh. 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 See that? That is some oil. That is a lot of oil. We're gonna do a quick, sorry I'm off camera here, quick wipe, big time, maybe give it a little, just a little, there we go. All right, here it is, the New Zealand, the New Zealand Svord. Really light. This handle is this kind of probably polycarbon plastic. Simple handle, a couple of screws to hold it all together. Looks like they're captive. You only screw one side. The blade. What are we looking at here, Kenman? It is a high carbon stainless steel. That's all I can give you. Some type of plastic, some type of high carbon steel. That's what you're getting. The discussion on these was one that it was kind of a good one for the collection, and it's a user. Apparently it will cut cardboard, cut boxes pretty well. It holds a nice sharp edge, or I don't know how long it holds it, but I don't know. Tri-State was saying that he could tear up some serious cardboard with one of these, and so, I didn't have too many friction folder kind of design knives where it has this little piece that kind of comes out. So you use that to bring it out, and then when you're holding onto it, your hand and your grip basically act as the lock, keeping the blade from closing because that little piece is right there and your hand is holding it down. So everybody think about this thing. Enjoy? Hit the like button. Subscribe if you would like to see more interesting stuff that the knife world has to offer. May it be expensive, may it be budget. This was not too much. I think it was around $20, $25, something like that. Just at the right price range for someone like myself who has over 200 knives. Something to add to the collection. Just interesting. I wanted to test it out, just see how that blade. I have some Mora knives that are kind of a similar type of a blade where it's just, but they're fixed blades that are really sharp, that cut well. And so I was like, give this one a shot. It's got a nice little look to it. There's a few different color options available. I just went with the clean black. Comment below. Do you have one? Do you have anything else from Svord? Do they make other stuff? I don't even know. I'm fairly ignorant. I go into these unboxings kind of blind. I can't really tell you too much because I haven't had a chance to own the knife for a while and really have an impression on it, but I can give you my initial thoughts. Looks like the plastic a little bit right there. I'm going to go in and cut that off and kind of smooth that area out right there. That's just kind of like where the plastic was blow, it was injected through there, and that's kind of that spot that is not cleaned up that well. Blade is, okay, if this is down here and not coming out, it's solid in that spot. It's kind of pinch tight so that it doesn't really have any movement. It kind of just stays where you bring it. It doesn't really swing. So it's kind of, you can use a one-handed operation to open this. I'm sure you can find a way to, don't cut yourself, close it with one hand. So you can use one hand, but it's not really a fidget factor kind of a design. It's more of a, it's a peasant knife. It's a functioning tool to use. And I'm going to go test it out. I'm going to cut some boxes and things with it. I like this better than the old Milwaukee, right? Okay, no jimps. I love a jimp. This little nub sticking up, I thought it might be like a little hot spot, but the way it sits in my hand and my palm, it literally falls right in that center kind of cupped spot. And I don't really feel it pushing or putting any pressure or anything at all. This is a decent size, a little bit bigger, but for the handle, it seems long, but I think it could work. Interest. Much interest. All right, so no lock of any kind other than the actual, you're holding it locked open. No clip. No swapping of a clip since there is no clip to swap. Let's check the detent. Non-existent. Okay. There's a little hole through there. I don't know if you'd really want to put anything. I guess it's still, you could have a lanyard or something hanging off that. Is that something you do? Comment below if anyone has any info on this. Especially maybe the history. I should have looked up the history of this knife a little bit more. It is interesting, I'll tell you that. Now, I have a collection of a lot of knives that aren't really like users. They're just on my shelves. I'm going to be doing a full knife collection review fairly soon. Stay tuned for that. If you're interested, comment below how I should do it. Should I go live? Should I make a few videos? It's a couple hundred, so it's going to take a while. So I'd have to probably break it up into a few videos unless I just went live for a few hours. I do go live on Thursdays from 6 to 9 Central Standard Time. If you're interested, come hang out, chat some knife stuff with us. All right, let's get some measurements on this Svord. Do I call it I guess I could call it a Svord. I could call it a peasant knife. Ooh, 8.5. Just under 8.5. Blade is 3 1/4. Someone could say 3.5, but they'd be wrong. About not quite a 3 1/8 inch blade with a little curve on the belly at the front. Wow, 5 1/8 on the handle. See, like I said, it's kind of a longer handle. Where's my, aha. Wow, very thin. 0.07, 0.06. Yeah, get it straight there, Dan. Yeah, 0.06. 0.06, but that 0.06 holds all the way out to there. So you've got that and a nice, very slim? Sure. Thin, slicey, slim, slicey. 0.61, so it's wider on the handle. Definitely a large handle. At the thickest up here, 1.13. Kind of thins off a little bit. Where that nub is, you're at about an inch, 1.09. Kind of a full sizer. I compare everything with the Pyrite, CGRB Pyrite. They got a lot of different option styles, premium budget. If you're interested, check one out. Great EDC. So this has got almost 3/4 of an inch on the handle. Blade maybe an 1/8 or a little bit more, but the cutting surface is a little bit longer on the peasant knife since the forward choil on that Pyrite, which I love. It really lets you get in there and do some work with it. It's an excellent knife. The other kind of friction folder I have is this Naga. Sorry if I destroy the pronunciation. Nago Higo Nakami. Japanese. It's got that same kind of much smaller little nub there, but it's the same kind of a style where you can use that, bring it out, and then when you're holding it like this, my thumb kind of sits on there. A few different styles of these out there and available. It's a pretty cool little knife. Well, actually, almost the exact same size as far as length. Handle is shorter on the Nagao Higo no Kami. And the blade is a little bit longer, obviously, than the peasant knife. Pretty cool stuff. All right, I did get the mini Militar recently, so I might as well just put that out there just for fun, huh? Ah, what a great knife. Good stuff. I'm a knife addict. I can't stop. I will hijack my videos often. And I will constantly be looking for interesting things to add to the collection. Like I said, whether it's expensive, budgets, just interesting and different. I am into all types of styles of knives. And since I didn't really have too many with this type of a piece, like a friction folder, big old nub sticking out like that, it was like, okay, this needs to go on the shelf with the other knives. I look forward to showing you that shelf pretty soon. Comment below, like I said, if you're excited to see that. And if you know anything about these, that would be a little history lesson for any of us watching. All right, stay sharp. We'll see you soon.